LeBron James might miss weeks of action when the Lakers need him the most. Bill McGovern gets a golden parachute from UCLA football, and a man who helped save a USC basketball player's life. Oh, that's a haunting recollection of something that happened decades ago in his. Good morning. I'm James. This is your daily dose of sports and snark for the greatest sports city in the world, Los Angeles. This is the faithful Angelenos Morning Report. It is February 28th, 2023. I am off work. I'm about to head to bed after an overnight shift, but we've got a ton to talk about. So let's go after it. If you like the content about LA sports that we put out, click the like button. Click the subscribe button. There's a notifications bell. Hit that. It'll let you know when we drop new content. Sharing is caring. Let people know we exist. And by all means, comment. Lots to get at. Lots. So before we go through the news and notes and look at the scoreboard, there were no games last night involving LA sports teams. However, tonight we've got 3, and they're pretty important. The Lakers are at Memphis at 4:30 this afternoon. LeBron James is out. That is part of the aftermath of the foot injury that he sustained in Dallas. He might be out multiple weeks. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. Also, Minnesota is at the Clippers. That game is at 7 o'clock, and the Kings will be playing Winnipeg at 5. Let's get back to the Lakers. LeBron James's right foot, which as we talked about yesterday, went pop during the Lakers' historic comeback against the Mavericks on Sunday, is going to require multiple opinions to figure out just how long the guy is going to be missing action. Shams Charania of The Athletic described James's playing past the pop on Sunday as, quote, miraculous, unquote. If it's multiple weeks, as sources believe it will be, keep in mind the Lakers have just 6 weeks left in the regular season. Yes, they are 1 game out of the play-in tournament. However, let's assume he's out for at least a week. The next 3 games that the Lakers play are against teams that would theoretically be opponents in the play-in tournament. So those teams have something to play for as well. They have a reason to want to eliminate the Lakers. If it's from, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks, there's a distinct possibility that the Lakers could be toast. We just don't know. The Lakers without LeBron James, though, this year are just 5-9. I will grant you it's a new roster than earlier this year, but 5-9 is 5-9. The next 3 games, I already mentioned that, so let's just keep moving on. This is a story I really wanted to get to. Yesterday, the hiring of former Ravens safeties coach DeAnton Lynn going to UCLA as the defensive coordinator, that was made official yesterday. And we already knew that for a couple of weeks. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. What we didn't know then is the status of former defensive coordinator Bill McGovern. He wasn't fired. He's going to keep a job, just not that job. Matter of fact, it's going to be an office assignment. He's been named to be the, quote, director of football administration. What the hell is a director of football administration? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's a golden parachute. That's what it is. They basically invented a title and gave it to the man. Now, I don't want to be unsympathetic. He missed half of last season with an unidentified illness. He needed time to recuperate, but the Bruins defense was awful whether he was there or not. He was given a 2-year contract worth about $1.8 million. So theoretically, if half went last year, that means the Bruins are paying him $900,000 of your taxpayer money, I might add. $900,000 in your taxpayer money so he can just sit in a cubicle and watch NFL films on his laptop and eat donuts. $900,000. Now, I'm not saying the guy should be out on the field and risk his health. But if that were you or me in a regular job, do you think that we would be our boss would sit there and say, here's this big fat check, why not just do nothing for the rest of your time here? Of course not. Of course not. It's money for nothing, and that is not insignificant. I'm not trying to say this to clown UCLA. I'm saying that California, with a big deficit as it is, with problems up and down the state, they're giving almost $1 million for a guy to be an alleged director of football administration. Rubs me the wrong way, I must say. The LA Times yesterday ran a lengthy article on how USC trainee saved Vince Iwuchukwu's life during summer practices, and I don't want to make light of the story. For those of you who need a refresher, Iwuchukwu had a cardiac incident, basically collapsed on the court. He's alive. They thought he would never play basketball again. He is playing limited minutes. They're gradually increasing it. They think he'll be fine. Honestly, I think it's risky. And I'll tell you why it's risky. Here's what they did with the story. How did they save his life? Well, as a side note, I'll tell you how they saved his life. Somebody ran and got the AED, the automatic electric defibrillator, while somebody else was slapping Iwuchukwu in the face saying, "Stay with me, stay with me." That's exactly what happened. That is the direct how they saved his life. But as it turns out, that's really only part of the story. You would be remiss if you didn't add that we need to respect assistant coach Eric Mobley, because he was on the court. Not just then, but decades ago, when Portland was playing Loyola Marymount, he was on the court the night Hank Gathers died. Wow. So what he was seeing in Hank Gathers before the poor soul left us, he was seeing in Vince Iwuchukwu. He was the guy who helped Iwuchukwu get down to the floor. He was the guy slapping in the face while everybody ran off to go get the AED. What a haunting memory. From the looks of things, Coach Mobley was literally the first person to take action and get the ball rolling to save that player's life. And for that, absolute respect. Absolute respect. Now, like USC, I'm not sure this guy should be playing basketball because, again, Hank Gathers had collapsed on a court a couple of months prior to dying. So the idea that Iwuchukwu is going to be perfectly okay for the rest of his life, I don't buy it. I don't. Dodgers shortstop Gavin Lux needs an MRI because he turned a right leg joint, while heading to third base during a spring training game. Now, I'm being vague about it. The joint could be your hip, the joint could be your knee, the joint could be the ankle. It looked, when I saw the tape, that he messed up his ankle. But Dave Roberts said it was his knee. And by the way, much like LeBron James said on Sunday, Lux said he felt a pop in the knee. Quote, "Right now, we are in the hope phase," Dave Roberts said. Unquote. Now, the results of the MRI obviously are not in. If it is an extended time, you're looking at a possible platoon of Miguel Rojas and Chris Taylor playing short. So Lux finally getting to play the middle infield, which is what he was playing all throughout his career until he got to the majors. That might be going by the wayside for the near future. Mookie Betts is apparently not insisting on leading off in the lineup now. Quote, "At the time, I did care. Now I don't. Who knows if I'm going to hit 35 home runs again? That's why I don't care about it. It is what it is," unquote. I bring this up because if Betts does not necessarily lead off, it could possibly lead to other alternatives to lengthen the Dodgers lineup. Is a man who hits 35 home runs out of place leading off the lineup? Just a question. Clippers coach Ty Lue said he should have played Russell Westbrook more in Denver on Sunday. On Sunday, to recall, Westbrook didn't play in the fourth quarter, didn't play in the overtime, and the Clippers lose in Denver. Said Lue, quote, "I thought Russ did a good job tonight. I probably should have played him a little bit more, but we caught a good rhythm, so I kind of stuck with our guys," unquote. To which I would reply, dude, Darvin Ham said the same thing when Russell Westbrook was on the Lakers. This is a familiar story to me. So I am not sure that I buy that Russell Westbrook should have been in there in overtime of the fourth quarter. At least not yet. Prove it to me. Play him regularly in the fourth quarter in the future and put Russell Westbrook in a position to succeed, and then I'll buy this quote. But this is something I saw the Lakers say a lot in Westbrook's tenure with the purple and gold. Westbrook, by the way, did score 17 points Sunday. I fly a lot. I stay a lot, spend a lot of my time in really nasty hotels like this one. But I do fly a lot. You know, one time I even landed in Vegas, look off to the side of the runway. There was a plane that broke an axle. It looked like the plane was kneeling in church. That's how weird the damn thing looked. So I bring that up because the Clippers plane was struck by lightning on Sunday going into Denver. Lightning. That's disturbing. Your plane being struck by lightning while you're trying to take off. You just hear this thing go pop, and you're thinking, oh, well, I guess everything's okay. You land, there's a little turbulence, you land in Denver, you look in the back and you go, oh, that's a strange looking logo on the back of the plane. That doesn't look like the United Airlines logo to me. I don't know how to answer that, man. I mean, the feds claim that planes, commercial jets get hit by lightning strikes maybe 2 times in a year. If that doesn't tell you about the Clippers' luck, I don't know what does. All those commercial planes, all flying all across this continent, only 2 of them get hit by lightning all year, and one of them is going to be the Clippers' flight. As a side note, my next flight is Thursday. Boy, I can't wait to get on board that giant metal phallic symbol and fly it up into the air. The LA Galaxy can't stop looking to South America to solve its problems. They officially added right back Lucas Caligari from Fluminense of Brazil. He's 20 years old. He's coming on a loan from Brazil. He is the Galaxy's 4th major addition in the offseason, which is needed because thanks to the suspensions due to a cheating scandal, LA needs to add its players before the end of April. The Galaxy are barred from adding players outside of North America in the summer. Thank you, Chris Klein. Keandre Miller of the New York Rangers will have a hearing with the NHL for spitting on the LA Kings' Drew Doughty on Sunday. Miller, for his part, called it an accident. I don't think that dog is going to hunt. Even though dogs don't hunt in New York. They may forage for table scraps, but no, they're not hunting. The Chargers officially named their new defensive coordinator on Monday. We already knew who it was. Derek Ansley. He's an in-house promotion, which, by the way, is also ceremonial in nature. Brandon Staley is the guy who calls the plays, but the process was just weird. We knew the story broke weeks ago. Ansley was getting the job. Then we start hearing other dripping stories about the Chargers interviewing other guys, and then it's Ansley anyway. Go figure. USC's spring football game will be at the Coliseum on April 15th, which is not exactly going to take the edge off on paying off the IRS, wouldn't you say? Finally, the AP basketball rankings came out. UCLA has edged up to 4th in the current Associated Press poll. Arizona has slipped to number 8, and USC, well, they got 3 votes, so it's a start. But you let me know what you think in the comments thread. Let me know what you think about the Lakers' chances if LeBron James is out for a while. Let me know what you think about Bill McGovern getting almost $1 million to sit in a cubicle and eat Funyuns. And if you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to subscribe to Faithful Angelenos. We're talking LA sports every single day here. Thank you for watching. I'm James. We'll be back tomorrow. Faithful Angelenos is a Quien Porta El Queso production. Take care.